I think feeling small tokens of appreciation just makes a huge difference. When you're staying up late making a Kahoot game for the 6th graders, or staying up late planning a fun little demonstration for the 8th graders, that extra thank you, it just makes you feel appreciated and want to keep going the extra mile with your kids.
When a teacher feels appreciated, they're so much more willing to go the extra mile for their students. In my field for art, there's a lot of times where I have to spend my own personal time going to get very specific, random, odd supplies. So when I have students that are met with joy when I bring those interesting and strange materials, it makes it so much more exciting for me to go and spend my own free time doing above and beyond things for my students. So when I see their joy and their spark, it really brings me that spark as well.
Having support within the community means a lot for teachers. It means that our work goes noticed and that we're actually being appreciated. Just having support from the families really kind of validates that what we're doing is actually making a difference, and everything that we go through within the classroom is meant well.
In fine arts especially, when you have a community of teachers that support one another and embrace one another, we're able to make amazing things happen, like Artscape, for example, where all of the community comes together in order to have this very bright and boisterous array of activities that students are not only participating in, but running themselves. It just shows what's actually able to happen when we all support each other. And I think teamwork really helps teacher retention as well, because when you feel like a community, when you feel like you have friends among your colleagues, then you're going to perform better as well.
I think BASIS Peoria students stand out exceptionally well, in part because of the rigorous curriculum we have at BASIS, where they start learning about these sciences in detail at very early ages. And by the time they get to be 7th and 8th graders, they've had years of exposure to chemistry and physics and biology that in regular schools they just would not have. They'd be having a very introductory course in those levels. And in 7th and 8th grade, we're already teaching basically high school material.
Band is one of those subjects that requires a lot of student accountability. They have to be able to learn their part, learn other people's parts, and also practice. It is a skill set within its own to learn how to have patience, but it also makes the students learn responsibility. That one triangle part matters. It does.
Well, we start as early as 8th grade. This year we have an 8th grade college counseling course, which I'm very excited about. We have the 12th grade, traditional 12th grade class where we walk hand in hand with the kids and we go through the entire application process with the seniors, which is a beautiful moment to be with these kids and see where they end up. But with the 8th grade college counseling class, what I love about it is we're able to talk to kids. We're doing some career exploration, talk to them about what the future entails. What does high school look like? Our 8th grade college counseling students have already, they've made brag sheets, resumes. They know how to search up colleges. They're doing some career exploration, all sorts of things. I think the coolest thing that happened recently was in a lecture I was telling them about a cold emailing professor. We talked about research and internships. And to my surprise, I had 2 8th graders actually come to me after class and ask, "Hey, Ms. Kakar, can we sit down and can we learn how to cold email those professors you were mentioning?" And I thought that was crazy because they're 8th graders and they want to do this. So I said, "Yes, come on over." And the next day during their AE, they came over and we sat down and we went over the process. Like, how do you look for professors? What do you look for? How do you email them? And I just remember sitting there thinking, oh my gosh, these are 8th graders that want to do this. So that was pretty amazing. So they're getting a pretty cool handle on what high school looks like and what obviously in the future, what college will look like, but also all the things in between, looking for research opportunities, internships, scholarships, all of that stuff. So that is what we are here for. I would say one advice I would give to high schoolers would be to find their balance. I know that, especially being here in such a rigorous environment, academic rigorous environment, sometimes it becomes difficult for students to find a balance. In fact, let's be frank, it's hard for adults as well sometimes for us to find our balance. But I think if that's something that we become more mindful of and conscious of, it just makes life a lot easier. Especially if we can get that in our mindsets at a younger age. It's something that we would strive to do, and hopefully that balance makes it easier as you grow older and you take on more responsibilities and tougher courses and all. It makes it easier for you to have a more wholesome life. So I would say striving for balance.
A fun fact about myself that the kids always love to hear is that I have an identical twin, and her name is Miranda, so we always laugh Eminem.
I like to bake a lot of sweet treats, and I love planting new plants. So currently I have a Swiss cheese plant that is taking off and I'm about to propagate. And a lot of my Sundays is a lot of baking muffins and cookies and cakes and tartlets and macarons. And then I bring it to school and I feed all the teachers.
So a fun fact about myself, I'm actually a level 3 USA archery coach that has gone through the Olympic training process to become a coach. And so I coach about once a month at a local archery club here in Phoenix, Arizona. I really enjoy it. I'm pretty good, but not as good as my kids. They've done really well.